Hello, guess where we are today? We're here at Haase's, and I have owner Judy Caliva with me today. And actually, we were just walking by, and they had a sandwich board out there that said 100th year anniversary, and it caught our attention because being business owners, we know how much struggle it is to stay in business even a year, much less 100 years. So, Judy, you've actually kind of came on board in 2010, you said?
2010, I've been here 6 years, yeah.
6 years.
So that's nothing to do, that's nowhere near the 100. I'm like a little peon,
Hey,
little blink.
hey, but you're carrying on the legacy.
Well, that's why I came. My brother-in-law was ready to shut it down, he wanted to retire. None of the family stepped up. So I, the non-blood family member, stepped up, and I said, look, I'll give it a year. He said, we'll give it 2. So here I am.
I love it. I love it.
Knowing nothing. I was a teacher over 30 years, and so I came in, just learning where the shoes were, getting lost in the back. I'd be lost. I'd be like the Wailing Wall trying to find the shoes and then praying I had them,
Hey, that's all right. This place is fantastic. You guys mostly deal with children's shoes. That's a
Children,
big
I
part
call
of
it birth to the nursing home.
Okay.
But we start with infants. We have shoes for babies, just born, actually made America a great little shoe, and then we go straight into the high tops, which are so old fashioned, and they call that the hard sole bottom. Even we go into then pre-walking to walking, tennis shoes, a lot of tennis shoes, of course, then school shoes. We have a big school shoe selection, and also business, because the whole city, where New Orleans was voted, or not voted, was found out they were the #1 uniform shoe city in the nation. Same thing for the school uniforms, because it started with parochial, and then the private schools all went to uniforms. Now the public schools all have uniforms, down to the socks.
Oh, wow.
It's a very controlled
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize that you guys had gone to uniforms as well. I mean, being in Mobile, we went to uniforms probably like the year after I graduated.
Well, parochials always had uniforms.
Yeah.
So so it's been great. We've made a lot of good friends, a lot of families,
That's awesome.
And every day goes by, every single day, someone walks in and says, now you see my daughter right there, she's 45 years old, we've been coming here since she was a baby. And in fact, my mother brought me here. Every single day, no matter what kind of mood I'm in, whatever's happening, somebody always comes in with one of their great stories.
That is awesome.
From out of town, we just had a little French godmother and her little niece, her goddaughter, in from France, from southern France. And she said, I'm moving to New Orleans, I'm coming here, Clara. And I said, come on, I'll find you a job. She's learning English. So I said, you can come here and work with the counselor. So it's really neat.
It's a very, you can tell this place just has a lot of history with it.
A lot of history.
So Judy's actually going to play Fast 5 with me today. Are you ready to play Fast 5?
I love games. What do I win?
Big prize.
Ooh, lunch?
I'll leave my husband here with you, okay?
Okay, that's perfect.
He's a handyman. He's
good.
Yeah.
God help him get started on the roof. Work his way down.
Question number 1. What is the best-selling shoe that you guys have here?
I would say it is the I would say probably the sandal, probably the Saltwater sandals from, I'm blank, gosh, the SunSandals.
SunSandals, yeah.
SunSandals sandals, and
I always see little sweet babies in those.
That's a hard one. They run 1, 2, and 3 right there at the top. You would say those. Kepner Scott would be another one, made in America, straight out of Pennsylvania. Okay. Family owned, oldest shoe company in America. Tennis shoes, that's a hard sell. It's a hard question, but I would say off the top, probably the SunSandals, the hard.
Okay, question number 2. What schools do you guys work with on a regular basis? Give me your top 3.
Holy Name of Jesus School, right there off of St. Charles. Sacred Heart Academy. We get a lot of training. We get Warren Eastern is a public school that we do a lot of business with. McMain, the public we cross over everybody.
Now the public schools, they're in uniforms as well.
Right.
Okay. All of them.
And if they're not, they're coming in for a school shoe.
Sure. Sure. Okay. Awesome.
But they're really, I'd say 99% of public schools, even down to daycare now, 2-year-olds.
Wow.
They have. They want they'll come in and say, we need a closed-toe shoe because they can't go in their sandals.
Absolutely. Okay, question number 3. Judy was born and raised in New Orleans. So I want to know what your most favorite thing about being born and raised in New Orleans is.
There's no place like it.
Mm-hmm.
It jerks me up, but it is the most amazing city. It is the take your shirt off back city. It is a city that is a time warp. We're colloquial. We like that we're behind. We like that we're not Houston. We like that we're not Atlanta. We like being backwards. In fact, we got voted the quirkiest city 2 years ago, and I am just thrilled.
Thrilled about it.
We love it. We're a beat of our own drum. When people come here, they go to school, they never leave. You know, people come down, marry, and it's just a city that you fall in love with. It's a
I would have to
very
say I
special
agree.
place.
I mean, my husband and I travel all over the world, and people always ask me my most favorite place, and I always say New Orleans is my most favorite city in the world. It is. I agree.
It's hard to leave. In fact, my good friend Laura, she and her husband, he was with a government job, and they had to go to D.C. And I think they both cried, out of town till they finally, ran out of tears, because that's my dad's friend moved to Memphis in the '60s, and he said, it's too clean. It's too clean. You can't blow the horn. You can't set off fireworks. Here, everybody's pretty laid back. Everybody gets along.
It's a great
doesn't matter.
It's a great vibe.
Mardi Gras.
Okay, question number 4. The biggest change that you've seen on Oak Street over the years, because we've been meeting business owners throughout the day, and they said that Oak Street is definitely at a pivotal point right now where it's about to really blossom. Have you really seen a lot of changes over the years?
Awesome. It's about to burst.
Yes.
In a good way and a bad way. Everything has an upside downside. It's been fantastic. As far as it was a sleepy little city before, Oak Street, I should say, neighborhood. In the 20s and the 30s, it was the mecca. It was probably the first suburban, away from downtown shopping area, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have malls or
Sure.
anything. And then everything kind of went down and stayed quiet. Well, it is now very hot and very high end, and they have so many different types of businesses now, restaurants, which they didn't have before,
So
bars, private companies, food. It's amazing. And
what's your favorite place for lunch?
right now, probably the milk bar over there in Riverbend. But
I saw that on the way over here.
it's pretty neat.
It's in the little strip mall.
It's a little
Yeah,
strip
I
mall
saw
right
that.
there, and they have great sandwiches, and we split them. We can't even eat a whole, but it's a neat little
We'll have
place.
to
And
check
I walk
them
in,
out.
and the girl's like, "Judy, you're back again," and it's.
It means so much when they know your order.
And the
they
city's like
recognize you.
that.
I love
This
it.
is how our city is. Everybody,
Well,
how have you been? How's your classic line? How's your mama now?
love it.
And they want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've never actually been on Oak Street before today, so it's awesome
Well,
over here.
welcome.
I know, I'm excited.
Well, there's a T-shirt that says "Keep Oak Awkward," and this is kind of the Mayberry RFD street block. This is the old timers, and then each block gets progressively a little more advanced, a little more bohemian. Out there, cutting edge.
Everybody seems really great here.
So
the street.
our bicycle guy John says this is the 8100 Club, and I said, well, what are the other blocks? He says they're just Oak.
I like it. Okay, last question. What holiday is most popular for monogramming? Because you guys have a whole section for monogramming.
I would say Christmas,
Definitely Christmas.
because they come in, they start. We have to cut it off. We have to put a sign up and say the last date to bring in runs around the 12th or the 13th in order to get it for Christmas. To be fair to everybody, we've already done our first stocking.
That's awesome. And you guys, actually, your Facebook banner has the seersuckers, so you guys carry those as well over
Right.
there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, seriously, we carry, and monogram for back to school is beyond belief. I have 2 people, and they have to stay late some nights, and you get more done when nobody's here.
I bet Christmas
But
is
it,
crazy for you guys.
They have so many schools that have to have their logo,
Sure.
and so and they can buy, one school can buy red, white, and blue, and it's quite entertaining, because they'll bring some of the pockets, say, well, the pockets can get some. We don't care. Go ahead, just monogram it, put it on there.
Hey, Judy, tell our viewers how they can get in touch with you guys.
You can get in touch with us through www.haases.com. You can call us at 504-866-9944, or Facebook. We're on Facebook, Haases, and it's the Haase Shoe, SHOE store and Young Folk Shop.
And we'll make sure to put all the information on our page as well. Judy, thanks for playing Fast Five with me today. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. Thank you.
All right, guys, thanks.